Dear plant lovers, welcome to Wuxi China for the Bangkok International Exotic Plant Show and Sale. This exhibition will go down in history as one of the first international plant shows between Thailand and China. China's huge exotic ornamental plant market has been elusive and untapped by the international market for decades. Meanwhile, Thailand trades vigorously with the rest of the world. Joining the two strong markets together like this will undoubtedly fuel a burst in diversity, which will propel the ornamental market even further. Join me as I tour the show in 3 days as I reveal the plant market and houseplant community in China. We come across many unique hybrids and trending plants never before featured on this channel. Where possible, I also include the prices in case some of these plants make it to your wish list. Let's begin. It's actually the pre-show date, so everyone is still setting up their booths for the day. Now, based on previous experience, the early worm does get the bird because a lot of the rare and exotic plants that are very interesting and new are being bought up right after they get unboxed. So we won't be able to see them during the actual show day. So I'm gonna be filming today, and then of course we will see the entire vendor tour tomorrow. This is a rare glimpse of my mom who volunteered to help unpack some of the cute Anthuriums. In the next clip, Home, who is the organizer of the show, explains how the plants were imported. So these are fresh out of the box. Look at how healthy everyone is. So all like
Just
different
7
hybrids.
days out of the box.
Yeah. So you have to prepare it before, okay? To make sure they are
Yes.
happy.
We have to bare root
Yeah.
and root them in the sphagnum moss first.
Okay.
See?
Yeah. And then do you keep it wet first or no? Not wet. when you ship?
No wet.
Cannot be too wet,
Yes,
right?
yes, just moist but no wet.
Yeah.
Because if wet, they will rot.
Oh, interesting. Good tip. Everything is so green, like everything's perfect. Beautiful. This is a little bit different from the Bangkok show. In the Bangkok show, people rush in immediately during the pre-show, but I guess in the Chinese show, you kind of need a pass to get in here, so we don't see that many people buying as much. But I wanted to show you here that a lot of the plants that are coming in here, they came in through Thailand, so they went through the same process. They were kind of acclimatized in Thailand. They made sure that they're in the good shape, and then they were shipped here. So they were just opened up here, and everything is just being unpacked and in really, really good shape. Everyone looks healthy. It's so cute to see them unbox things, and everything still look fresh despite being a few days in a box. I guess there are some transactions happening already here. I'm not sure which one they picked up, but it's one of these variegated Monsteras. Variegated Monstera masterpiece. It's interesting to see them in stock here. This is one that is particularly beautiful. Gorgeous tortum here, variegated. So this is an interesting tomatophyllum, but it's got this like mint type variegation on leaf. They have a few of these in stock. Really interesting. Yeah, and they come in this little sterile medium because they were just shipped here. But they look so healthy. My gosh, and the variegation is amazing on this. A lot of Tycons in the back. It really is nice to come here early so you get to see all these like fresh foliage that just came out of the box. I guess they're moving a lot of these elbow Monsteras here. A lot of the booths have them. Maybe they're gonna be in demand here in China. This is that KN variegated. They've got some tricolor Monstera Tycons. And next to it, this is the electrolyte. It's nice to get familiarized with some of the new variegated Monstera varieties. When I first got introduced to them, I was overwhelmed by the varieties, but it's becoming a lot more clear to me. That looks almost like a masterpiece. This is from Taiwan, I believe. They're bringing in the Anthurium Delta Force that's coming in from tissue culture. I think they are one of the only few tissue culture labs that are successfully breed Anthuriums, because Anthuriums are notoriously difficult to tissue culture. Look at some baby cute Anthuriums here. This is the SKG Pink Lemonade. Cute. I have a feeling these will fly off the shelves by tomorrow. This will go really fast. So this booth here is just about ready to launch. They're one of the first ones to finish setting up. Interesting. This is Monstera Tycon contorta. I don't know what this one means, but there's the white lava over here. And I want to show you this cool little setup here. This is the Florida Beauty crossed with Mayoe. This is 100 RMB each. So you can buy these like seeds. I see there's a bunch of seeds in there. So this is a game of chance. Some of them might give you good variegation and some may not. That's quite a lot of seeds in there actually. A lot of philodendron hybrids here. They're really pushing it in Thailand, and I guess people are kind of buying them up. Although I haven't really seen many collectors have this yet. And his booth is already swarmed with people at this time. I don't know what the commotion is all about, but I'm gonna get a closer look. Yeah, there's some people doing some transactions over there. Hoyas, I was just in the US, are huge in the United States. I think this is the Monsteras, if I'm not wrong. And I see some very familiar ones that I really like. Yeah, Monsteras. This is Finlandsonii, maybe. Oh, it's so cute to see them out here in China. Yeah, these are all Hoyas. There's a corner dedicated to them. Or I guess they are inquiring about the Hoyas. Really interesting. Yeah, I think in Southeast Asia, Thailand would probably be the #1 for Hoyas. But Indonesia, where they're largely endemic from, sadly, we don't really grow them out. There's a lot of nice splash and variegated ones. Interesting sigillatus, variegated albo marginata. This is variegated on the outside. And the variegation looks to be like white or yellow and with a bit of pink. This is quite fascinating. The sigillatus is a fast-growing and reliable Hoya to have. Look at that emergent leaf.
Yes, it's a Monstera deliciosa, seed-grown. I call it squiddy. This is how the mother plant looks like.
Interesting. Well, okay, that one really looks like a squid.
Yeah.
Interesting. So this is a cone for me.
Yeah, it's a cone.
Interesting. It does. This called out to me from far away because it's very, very curly. It looks like a medusa almost, but it's all green. It's very thick. These are Anthurium variegated, bird nest type Anthuriums. And then I actually want to show you this. This really caught my eye. These are variegated Dorstenias. I did not know that they come variegated, and some of them look a little bit mint on the leaves. This is quite beautiful, actually. And then here you have some Euphorbia from Coisi. We have an episode that we just did before. So look at that, that's so beautiful, it's in bloom. Oh, this is so beautiful too. These are all like cacti and succulents. This is a Gymnocalcium cristata. I think this can get a little bit bigger. So they were all sent here bare root. They're so squeaky clean. It's amazing. So Amorphophallus, in case a lot of you don't know, Amorphophallus, they look like this when they're naked without the leaves. So if you plant these, they will grow. These little bulbs. It's so cool to see all these naked plants. I'm super excited. Look at that. Oh my god, that's so sexy. This is so freaking sexy. Oh my gosh. This is a Adenium arabicum black. Oh my gosh. I love seeing like bare root plants. So these are just coming out of the box, and I'm seeing some interesting hybrids with like unique names. This one says this is the brown beauty, Florida beauty with the black biliatai. A lot of them are coming in from Thailand. There's a few sizes of them, and the prices are on the screen in RMB. And I think this is a Florida beauty crossed with tortum. Interesting. This is beautiful. And biliatai with Paraiso verde. This is the first time I'm seeing this. That's insane because the Paraiso verde is actually one of my favorite plants. To see like a biliatai type growth habit with a Paraiso verde leaf, this is pretty insane. And if anything, I predicted this would have really strong hybrid vigor. White Knight tricolor, 4450 RMB. And this is kind of going around the Florida Beauty Cross with biliatai, 4500 RMB. This is Siam Plant Center with some gorgeous variegated Anthuriums. Now I have to make voiceover here because the original audio was kind of scrambly. Next up is Lana Foliage Studio, and they've conveniently placed a list of their philodendron hybrids with useful images. Feel free to pause the screen or zoom in if you need to, or give them a follow to learn more. This is one of the larger Monstera bulbasaur that I've seen. Now there are similar Monstera called the Vietciosa out there, and it really is quite impossible to distinguish between the two, but the bulbasaur is one that originated in China, and again this one here has spectacularly large leaves. There's quite a few Platyceriums booths actually. One here is from Thailand, and the one next door which is struggling to set up the booth is Parrots in Ferns from Taiwan. Here's a preview of some of their assortments. Now I've seen these gift baskets around. It looked like someone giving them out as if they were cut flower bouquets, but in fact it is a variegated begonia. We're at the end some time, there seemed to be a commotion here. They're bringing in these corms or bulbs of tropical exotic plants. I see some begonias and nervilias, which are jewel orchids. They come in this cute packaging. Here's some Amorphophallus that you can sprout yourself at home. This is a good way to transport these jungle plants because you might actually lose their leaves in transport anyway. Some Canfurias here, cute. They're endemic to Thailand, and there's some variegated ones up above here. I understand that they don't ship really well, so it is a really smart way to buy them in this form. I noticed that the Billy-Thai variegated is very sought after in China. They have become quite common in Southeast Asia though. We stopped by to film some variegated Monsteras earlier here at KN Variegated. It looked like some of the things were already sold. The Chinese are really buying into the next level variegated Monsteras. It's weird, in this entire exhibition, I actually barely see variegated alocasias, also barely any Hoyas. I guess that's the main difference with the US market. There's a lot of movement and commotion here in this booth. It really is fun to watch some of these transactions. I understand that KN Variegated is a very successful seller in Thailand, and we've visited their booths in the previous shows. This is a beautiful birdnest Anthurium found on Kida's booth. It has such spectacular variegation. I also see a huge interest in China for the variegated epipremnums, which really blows my mind because I've never really seen them sold much here in Southeast Asia. These guys have come in a bit late and are frantically unboxing their variegated Anthurium rauquianums, but people are already showing interest in the plants. The Anthurium queen variegated is very much high up on my wish list, but I don't think I'll be able to afford one anytime soon. In case you're curious, the regular variegated Monsteras cost around 350 RMB, which is around $50 US. Alright, that's it for the pre-show, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow for the actual show date. Good morning everyone, it is the opening day of the show, and as you can see around here, just during the opening hour itself, this room is already packed. So I have a feeling this is going to be a crazy show ahead. This is Aqua Genera getting overwhelmed. This is actually their orchid section, but they have the aroids on this side. I must say that this is an incredibly rare opportunity for Aqua Genera or plants from Ecuador to be sold here in China in such a direct manner. This is Kida Nursery. I'm really surprised that there's so much interest in the Billiates here. In Southeast Asia, they've become quite common. A lot of people who wanted one can get one. But here, based on what I saw yesterday, people were kind of generating a lot of interest around the Billiates, even the baby ones. So that's home over there. He's been super busy since yesterday. And this is his booth, Leafed Plants. He took 4 corners, and there are some of his original hybrids here. This is a Regale and Papillilaminum. He's also one of the distributors for Doc Block in Thailand. So these are some of the hybrids from Doc Block. This is the Michelle. It's really interesting because I literally just ran into Doc Block about 3 weeks ago. I was sitting in his living room, and the team from Live With Plants were also there. So we were all like hanging out for a bit in Miami, and now these are the plants that has arrived in China. What an amazing world we live in today, where we can trade plants across the world. And on this table, there are a few more crosses. I remember that a few months ago, they were selling seedlings for these, so maybe some of these have sprouted. But I'm gonna show you some of these. I'm just gonna pan really quickly. And each of these costs 500 RMB. So these are the parent of the crosses. So this is KN Variegated. We toured here yesterday, so I think they really focus on the variegated Monsteras. But if you look down below, this whole row used to be plants yesterday, some of the larger variegated Monsteras. There were some on the back row here as well. They were sold. They were swarmed and sold out by yesterday. So we've got these like little baby plants that they're selling. 43,000 RMB for this. I believe this is the electrolyte. This is actually a beautiful one, beautiful electrolyte. Mutual plant from Taiwan. Some people inquiring some of these very popular Anthurium. This is a SKG pink lemonade. We kind of filmed this yesterday, so these are quite sought after. This one. 这多少钱一个 ？Sorry, 650. 650 RMB each. Baby seedling. I guess the variegated Monsteras are quite sought after, especially some of the mints. Here we see them often in the Thailand shows. So this is the philodendron hybrid. It's just sitting right here. Pretty good variegation. I really like the shape of this. It's 4,500 RMB. It doesn't say what the parentage is. This masterpiece, 10,000 RMB. This one is 15,000 RMB. I don't know if this is the masterpiece or something else entirely, but 15,000. This one has better variegation than some of these ones here. Variegated Platyceriums. This is 1,000 RMB. Cute. And this one is a variegated Anthurium, 15,000 RMB. Oh my gosh, look at this. So much commotion. Everyone's like packing up bags. Things are getting sold. This is crazy. I see mostly variegated Monsteras here being sold. This is variegated zone. I remember in Thailand, in our last tour, they have like these beautiful cabinets full of variegated alocasias. So they're one of the only booths here that is focusing on variegated alocasias. They have quite a variety of them here. I guess I was wrong. I predicted yesterday that Chinese people might not be into alocasias, but you can see from here that the interest is there for the variegated alocasias. This is the Ninja Gold. It's selling for 1,300 RMB. Cute variegation on that. Absolutely getting swarmed here. Look at that. That's like a ton of people here. And for your information, the caramel marble here at this size and this variegation will set you back around 1,000 RMB. And there's a bunch of philodendron hybrids on this table. That is totally cute. I saw this in Miami. People holding these cards. I guess they do that here too in China. We don't have this in Indonesia. Checking in to see what people are buying. There's a billet there and some dark form Anthuriums. Hi, so this is Hi. We we saw each other 3 weeks ago in Miami, so we're here in China. And of course, when we were in Miami, a lot of your plants were sold out. But can you show us 3 of your favorite plants?
Favorite ones?
Favorite
ones. I've got this. This one that I made. So this one is a Cape Oasis from Australia, crossed with a Zara Michelle from the US.
Interesting.
So hopefully you'll retain the very, very nice veins of the Cape Oasis crystal with the red from the Michelle Zara's from Doc Lock. Yeah, so this is the Blood Moons, still very popular in China as well. A lot of people have been asking for it.
Yeah.
And in China, they literally call it the moon with the blood.
Okay, but where does it come from?
So from Australia. This plant's from Australia. No one knows how it was made. We do know that it's a hybrid because the selfings from this comes out not looking like the parents. This one is a dark phoenix crossed with the red vein dark phoenix. All right, so I also brought some little cuttings of midnight velvets with me.
Yeah, so this is clones.
This is my the clones from some of my midnight velvet forms that I have in Australia. Midnight velvets has always been my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
They are from an unknown hybrid, so no one knows how they were created as well, but by looking at the plant when they get a bit more mature, we think that it might be a cross between a very nice Dressleri and a Papillilaminum.
There's a devil Monstera here. By the way, if you want to know the origin story of the devil Monstera, check out my 30 variegated Monstera varieties episode. And this one masterpiece is 14,000 RMB, and this one's 6,800. This is, I believe, a full mint Monstera. Actually quite a beautiful one, if you ask me. A lot of these variegated Monsteras are still on my wish list. I cannot really afford them yet. But this Monstera Legacy, 7,500 RMB. Also beautiful. The Thais are really growing the variegated Monsteras very beautifully. And for your information, a variegated billet this size is 5,400 RMB. Beautiful variegation on this. There's the Monstera here. That's 75,000 RMB. That's quite expensive, but I want to show you. The variegation looks like this. And then if you see some of the other leaves, like the variegation is very stingy and it really contours the leaf. You see that? So the normal leaf is like this, but the variegated part is like almost dwarf and curled. This is 40,000. A lot of people are taking photos of it. I guess they really do like it. And I'm guessing, is this the yellow Marilyn or something else? I'm not sure. But I feel like this is a Deliciosa variety. I'm so incredibly proud. This is the Indonesia booth. I believe there are about 7 vendors here, but look at the traffic here. There's a lot of people buying up stuff. So this is mostly the Anthuriums. This is really interesting. It's got like an orange tinge to the Anthurium. Quite beautiful. And this one says it's 2,200. So this one is 13,000. I believe we filmed this a few episodes ago at his nursery, but it was a much smaller variety. But this one is selected for beautiful variegation. Oh my gosh. And this year, if you remember our episode, we showed the mother plant, the Peltado. This is actually a very rare variety. And this is the seedling that came from the selfing of it. This is really cool. This is 1,500 for this. Not many people actually have this plant. And in case you're curious, this is an interesting coffee stand. Oh, beautiful. There's like a queue here. Oh, wow. I'm genuinely surprised. These are all Epipremnum variegated, and they're getting swarmed. Look at that. They're doing so well. Hi. Yeah. I guess for China, a lot of these Southeast Asia tropical variegated aroids are an exotic plant. I don't know if that's a gigantic. And it's interesting. I saw some people lift the plant by the leaf here. That's funny, and they just throw it back over there. I guess people don't really spoil their plants that much here in China. But yeah, this is doing incredibly well. There's like so much interest. And this is an Epipremnum. There's a lot of names, and some people give them different names. But in Indonesia, we call them the kujang, but it could be another name here. This is Little One Nursery. We were here yesterday, and now the prices are up. And this one is around 1,120 RMB. You need a lot of space to grow these. These are still baby plants. Beautiful variegation. This is Kida's nursery, and this is, I guess, one of his primary products that is brought in. This is 1,000 RMB here, and this is a kind of a Deliciosa mint. And he was trying to explain to some of the customer yesterday that this is like an unknown variety of tissue culture. So these are some of the selected ones for the variegation. So it's interesting to see what the adult would look like. He is unable to show me the mother plant photos, but I can quickly show you some of the variegation on here. So some of the interesting Monstera varieties are being discovered in tissue culture. But this is a bit of a gamble. And look at how cute they have like these breathing holes on the plants. But it's a bit of a gamble, but you might find some interesting varieties out of this. So I think this guy here, he's doing some kind of a lifestyle situation, and he found one, he said, here for 1,200 RMB. He seemed very excited. So there's like an online audience watching his feed and maybe demanding, a certain budget. And this is the one that fits the budget for Abilitai. Big booth that says Caladium Hybrid Thailand, and there's like a barcode there if you want to scan them. But interesting. So I guess they do a lot of hybrid for caladiums. And this one here, let me quickly show you. This is an interesting photo of it. And that's what's living underneath it. Interesting. Yeah, there's a bunch over there. There's some that was grown in full perlite. I guess those are just the bulbs, because you can absolutely grow them just by bulbs. Caladiums don't ship very well. So I'm surprised that some of these leaves are holding on well here, because they ship terribly. The more sensible way to buy caladiums are from the bulbs. It's really cool. This lady is like doing a live sale. It's such a big thing in Asia. My gosh. There's like a ring light there too. So people are, hi, how are you? I'm at Mucho Plant again, and I think they sold some here already. We see some empty holes, but the Anthurium Delta Force here will set you back 450 RMB. So we filmed this last time at Bangkok in June. This is that hybrid, and he was saying that this is another form of it. This is a more narrow leaf variety. It's got this minty leaves. Previously, the leaves are more symmetrical, and these ones are a little bit more asymmetrical. Some of the baby plants here, and this is going to set you back 25,000 RMB. Wow. And this is also another hybrid. This is the largest one that he has, so this is relatively new. But it is Giganteum crossed with Gloriosum. And if you know both parent plants, this will probably exhibit hybrid vigor. This is going to grow really fast, I think, because the Giganteum and Gloriosum size up really fast.
And this one is the mutation from the fried egg, and the shape, the leaf of the shape become a round shape. And from here we come out the variegated one in Oreo color. You can see the difference between these two. Yeah.
So this is actually yellow variegated.
Yeah. It's a very yellow variegated.
And this is, are you growing this in Taiwan or Malaysia? I know you
Taiwan.
In Taiwan.
It's from Taiwan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
A tiny little billet in someone's hand. Super cute. I guess China really is pioneer when it comes to live selling. They have like some massive investment in equipment. How cool is that? I'm back at KN Variegated. Look at this caladium here. This is insane. If you put your hand behind it, you can probably see through a little bit. This is very, very translucent. Interesting. And all the leaves seem to be very healthy. If you look at this, how does that happen? This is freaking insane. Someone just bought that. So the billetes are moving really, really fast in this show. It's amazing. Florida Beauty is only 160 RMB for this. Pretty good price, I would say. This is the Philodendron Brantianum variegated. I always predicted that they must come into the market at some point and I might run into them. And I guess that day is today. Look at all these beautiful ones. They're super fast growing. It's 1500 RMB here. Although if you ask me, I predict the price will not hold very fast. If you're an early adopter, you gotta get it fast, but also propagate it fast and sell it fast to make a return. Because these guys are fast growing and they will fall in price very quickly. But interesting. Modernum mint 吗？还是 variegated?
Variegated. This is a mint variegation, and it's pink variegation from vivid red into pink, and then fade into like a mint color.
Oh, so this is not Andreanum. 这是在你们那里发现的吗？
对，这个是 seedling， 是我们自己培育出来的。
但是你在 seedling 找到它，还是它的妈妈本身就有一点进化？
没有，它是 seedling 出来，然后变异，就是变异出 variegation。
但是你们弄出来吗？还是自然变异？
自然变异
啊，有趣耶，好漂亮。所以这是它的孩子，这是它的一个 clone。
应该是跟那只小侧芽。
OK， 有趣，这个也很有趣。可是这个景画也很有趣。
是啊，
这个也是它吗？好奇怪哦，它
有一些景不太一样，它有一些景是大块。
对啊，所以我记得有一些是这样子。哎，好有趣哦。
以前这个是Anthuriums
cross。OK。也是你们做的吗？还是？
对，这个也是我们的
自己 cross 的。
自己 cross 的。
OK， 好有趣，它的这个 variegation 我没有看过这样的。
有点像接近 mint， 不过有点像那种就是 you will find it in Monsteras。
对啊，你看它的边边太漂亮了。这个多少钱？可以问一下吗？
这个已经是卖给朋友的了，这个朋友拿过来展览的。这个 variegation， 它的是新叶是 pink 的，它的就是只有 vein 是 pink 的，
对。
然后它那个到了后期就会是这种碎碎。
漂亮哦！但是它爸爸妈妈是谁呢
？Cost
Space
King of Space
Red Crystalline。
好。
然后它的 variegation 是我们叫它抹茶景，对，它是红麦的。
OK， 所以它其实有一种像面，但是其实不是面，它是一个抹茶的。
对，
好有趣。常见吗？这样抹茶的还是不
常见
？OK。I have a ton of Warocreanums here, and they are made from seedlings. And apparently I was informed that the variegation come out light green or yellow, and then over time it would fade into white. There's another one here. See, that one's an older leaf and a newer leaf look like this. They're sizing up beautifully. Look at that. So small leaf, and then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Wow. So they say that they don't TC this, so this is all made from seedlings. And they are based in Guangzhou. This one Anthurium really stuck out to me because it is extremely round. Look at that. And it's got a little bit of that bowl shape. And that one here is also very round. Maybe I think over here they kind of favor the rounder shape Anthuriums, but this is quite interesting. And look at that crystal on the leaf. This is that Hoya booth from yesterday. I was curious to see how they will do. So I guess over the next few days, we will see if the stock was going to diminish. Well, they do have a lot that they're going to replenish here. But I'm curious to know how the Chinese market is perceiving the Hoyas, because it is not really that big in Thailand and Indonesia. And I actually have a thing for Hoyas. I really adore them and I'm rooting for them. And I know it's really big in the United States. This is sliced cord. We were here yesterday. They barely had anything up at the time. I don't know where they come from, but they have some interesting hybrid aloes. Let me quickly show you some of them. It's cool that they're bare root like this. Look at that. I guess it's from Thailand. It's this Thailand hybrid aloe. Interesting. And because aloes are usually always flowering, I guess it's not that hard to get the party going, get them like to mingle and make babies. But I must say though, this one is absolutely a showstopper. This plant is massive. Look at my hand for comparison. Huge, huge clump of aloes. Also a reminder for everyone that if you grow this, over a few years' time, they can go into this. Oh my God, you guys, these are Areocarpus in bloom. I've not seen it before, but they do have some beautiful showy flowers. That's crazy. Just said that that's 2,000. That's 850 RMB.
这个品种不一样，这是新盾，
Let me show you what they look like from above.
小它更贵。
Some more interesting cacti over here. I think these are astrophytums, if I'm not wrong. Beautiful, look at that. Look at that symmetry and the tightness of that pattern, my gosh. This booth has been swarmed since yesterday. So they do Hupertias. They're always in the Bangkok International exotic plant shows. Beautiful, look at this new emerging frond. So this is gonna grow downwards like that. And I guess Hupertias are quite exotic here, maybe in China. Some beautiful forms up there. Check out my older episode. I think they actually did share some wonderful care tips on Hupertias and also propagation tips. So cute, look at the packaging. So these are all like little bulbs. We filmed here yesterday, but I think they put on more varieties here, some interesting plants. Wow, this booth is getting totally swarmed. This is the one that we're selling, just the bulbs. And if you look over here, they're selling it right out of the suitcase. That's so funny. Tillandsia booth. Cute. This is like very fuzzy Tillandsia. The last time I saw one of these was at Kunzo's place in Japan. I think they do like it a little bit cooler so that they can have these like thick trichomes. This Taiwan Botanica Expo, they really have beautiful display of Platyceriums. Here, I saw them set up yesterday. Just absolutely stunning. I'm really hoping one day to be able to come to this show. This is in Taiwan, in the southern part of Taiwan. This one says it's a Platycerium Yellow Moon Dwarf Select by Mr. Yacht. This is actually really beautiful. Let me show you what it looks like from up top. Wow, gorgeous. And there are a lot of Platycerium booths here. And in Thailand, in Indonesia, they have slowed down tremendously in the market. But here, as you can see, it's vigorous. Everyone is like hounding these booths. And I guess this is one in the front. So I'm guessing this is one that they're promoting. It's just a premium sporling. It's selling at 280 RMB each. I'm going to show you some of the baby plants here, but if possible, I'll try to find a doll photo on the screen so you'll know what it looks like. But this is in the front of their booth, so they must be really promoting this hard. More baby Platyceriums here. So it's about 880 RMB, pretty expensive. But there's so many varieties here. It's crazy that Taiwan has such a vibrant Platycerium community. Yeah, there must be at least, I don't know, 10 Platycerium booths. So that's like a lot here, and I really, really love the mounds. This is quite beautiful. I think I've seen this before in Thailand, but this is one way to show them beautifully. So over here, they do sell the mounds, and what's funny is that they do sell these. These are stickers. I guess it's like such an important thing for Platycerium growers that people don't touch their plants, that they're selling these stickers. Another Platycerium booth getting swarmed. I don't know how much plants we can film in this episode. It's just some of the booths that are more popular are getting swarmed very quickly. This is from House Kaupu. This is a Platycerium booth. I guess the Platycerium really suits the Chinese sensibilities. It's got this beautiful form and very organic, and the color and everything. It's just very, very befitting for the region. You know, China, Taiwan, Japan, they definitely love this kind of look. In Southeast Asia, I must say, they really never did take off. But I just want to quickly show you some of the prices here. The Bana, that's 300 RMB. Actually, these are all very good prices. Some of them, the SS Fong is 250 RMB. And we just saw the yellow moon earlier in the display. That's 250 RMB. This parrot in ferns from Taiwan. I saw them yesterday struggling to put up these posters. So these are what the mature plants will actually look like. Give them a follow if you're into Platyceriums and you want to get them from Taiwan, but these are some of the photos. I bet their Instagram is going to be full of information and full of their product catalog. I don't know if you remember this booth, but this is actually day 2 of the actual show. In the morning at 10 a.m. It's all cleared out. All the Hupertias were sold. Someone must have bought all of it. And they have got another day left. So this is very interesting to see. This stall as well, Plant X, we've also filmed yesterday. Everything is sold out. Look at that. That used to be all like Warraqueanums, a bunch of rare plants. It's all sold out. I don't know if you remember this Hoya booth that I was rooting for yesterday. We filmed here on the setup date and also on the main day itself. It's cleared out. What the hell happened here? They must have sold out. This is crazy. They had a full table before, and now all we have left are like crumbs on the table. I'm really happy that Hoyas are well liked here in China, and I guess somebody just decided to like buy everything up, which is crazy. There's another day of show tomorrow, so this really blows my mind. But also I wanted to show you this. This is what they left behind in their booth. This is so hilarious. They left like this little sign here. This is their brand. And they did this dragon, so cute. I didn't see this yesterday because we were so distracted by the Hoyas. There's the leaf and the Hoya flowers. So freaking quirky. As you can see here that the Delta Force has been sold out. Yeah. So there was a table of orchids here from Equigenera that's completely sold out with just a couple of Aroids left. All right, guys, I'm about done filming here. Thank you so much for watching this all the way to the very end. And I want to thank the event organizer for flying me over here to China, and my mom, she's here with me as well. We had a great time, and I learned so much in this trip. I learned that, you know, there's such a different supply and demand system here in China and a voracious appetite for exotic plants here. So it's really nice to connect with people on this side of the world. Now, we actually filmed the Bangkok International exhibition today, but then there's a whole Chinese side that I have filmed. But that episode will come out, I don't know, maybe not next year spring, because I have a ton of episodes that are pending to be edited. So be on the lookout for part 2 to see what the Chinese growers are growing here. As far as I know, there will be another show here next year. So stay tuned for that as well. I will make some announcements. Hopefully more people will come. But shows like this are important because it really connects the 2 different markets together. I understand there's a lot of mother plants that are being traded in between these 2, wonderful markets. And that means that more hybrids and more varieties, more mutations can come out of it. So we'll enjoy even more varieties. So cooperations like this is vital for the ornamental market. And I hope that you can stay subscribed, comment, like this video, and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.